Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All right, what we're going to be talking about today is being over the target, really. All right, 2 weeks ago, when Southwest Airlines, they had that massive meltdown, but they weren't like the only airline that was affected, okay? There was flight delays, ruined vacations, travel plans for millions all over the world, right? But it was never clear on why it actually happened. And then the blame game came in, okay? The weather, it was strange, it was this, it was that. And then you look outside and then the weather seems fine, right? And then someone snaps at you. Can't you see how bad the snow in Buffalo is? All right, well, so it goes on. When the weather excuse runs out, then they start blaming the airlines themselves. And I'm sure that there's plenty of blame to go round. Now, one party that always seems to evade responsibility is actually the FAA, okay? The other morning, the FAA itself grounded all the planes in the US for 3 hours. Why? Anybody know? Okay. It was a computer glitch. We still really don't know either, really. It sure felt like a lockdown. Maybe it was all deliberate to get us used to a system that doesn't work, and maybe we'll travel less. Maybe we'll just give up. You can say, you're paranoid, whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am. But look at the bigger picture. Just open your eyes real quick, 2 seconds. Whether it's forcing electric cars, floating the ideas of banning gas stoves, the bottom line is that there are people who want to control every aspect of our lives. Okay, and a lot of you have said it yourself. Now, the latest thing on the chopping block is what? The gas stoves, right? And there's a cockamamie study about how they cause the health and the respiratory problems, but a lot of us actually grew up with the gas stoves. How's your breathing? You all right? That's what I thought. So, they have every intention. Okay, you can say they'll never get away with it. Think again. Okay, these regulators are unbearably powerful. They have every intention of carrying out these wishes. Okay, they are enjoying every second of it, and it's evil. It truly is. They have disdain for Congress and scoff at your protests. They laugh at us. They're like, yeah, look at that, like it's going to go their way. Okay? They believe they alone are in charge and you have nothing to say. You can't change it. Think of all the stuff that they have already destroyed. They already wrecked. Okay? Just entertain me for 2 seconds. Look around your house. Look at your appliances. Okay? Energy use, water restrictions have degraded the washing machine, your fridge, your dishwasher, your shower, your toilet, your clothes dryer, your steamers, your irons, freezers. Okay? Just look at all of it. Okay? Even our refrigerators are shrinking in size. Think about, okay, I remember, I gotta adjust myself real quick. I remember growing up, and the refrigerator that my parents had in their kitchen was like literally, okay, it was one of the double door ones, and you opened it up, and like each side, the freezer side and the fridge side, was huge, and it was really tall. Now, those same double door ones, You're lucky if the fridge and the freezer, they are maybe like, I don't know, maybe 12 inches wide. But I remember growing up, they were like 3 foot wide on each side. They were huge. They were like industrial strength. Your clothes washer. How many of you have bought a new washer and dryer within, like, say, I don't know, the past, say, 2 years? Okay, I have. Your washers no longer use enough water to clean. I'm sorry. The result is that your clothes are dull and dirty compared to what they were a generation ago. You can add all the detergent and all the fabric softener to make them smelly and good and yum yum, and it still doesn't work. You can add bleach, but that only destroys the fabric. Look at your underwear, look at your bras, look at your socks. The elasticity is like garbage after washing them a handful of times. You got to replace them because of the bleach. When was the last time you saw sheets that were truly hospital white, bright white? When was the last time? There's a reason for this, okay? And it's all deliberate. Just hear me out. And it's caused by overregulation of appliances. Really, really clean absolutely requires, boiling balls hot water. And lots of it. Plus phosphates to whisk the soap away. And without that, you get what you have today. Dull and dirty everything. Okay, here's an example. My washer and dryer, okay? We had it for like a month. And it was throwing this code. And I said, what the hell is this code? And so Sean, he's like, I'll look it up. MIRA. And he goes, there's an overload of soap. What? Overload of soap? So we had to go through all these steps. And we had to do this self-clean thing. But first we had to take 4 liters of boiling hot water and pour it down into the soap dispenser, not dispenser, the soap where you put the soap, and flush it out. And then you had to do this 4.5 hour self-clean cycle so your washer will work again. And I'm thinking, wow, what a load of shite. I have to do this all the time? I didn't have to do this with my old washer and dryer set. Apparently I have to do this with the brand new one. That's strange. Okay? It just goes to show you, these new and innovatives are garbage. So, all of this should be a clue about what's going on. The people in charge of the regulatory apparatus, it's not really about saving water and energy. Nah. Because if it was, I wouldn't have to waste more water for a 4.5 hour cycle of self-clean once a month. That's wasting more water, if you ask me. And even if it were, that alone would be objectionable. The whole point of energy and water is to serve the human experience, not to impose privation on the planet. Then there's the gas-powered car, which allows us to drive long distance, cross country, going back up north, going home, right? Even in cold weather, fully controlled machine. The electric car is another matter. It makes us wholly dependent on a grid and limits our mobility. In the cold weather, it's even worse. You end up having to stop every few hours Plug it in. If you can find a place to plug it in. Then you got to wait another hour, if you're lucky, to find a place to plug it in and hope that it works to plug it in. After a while, demoralization sets in and you decide, is this really worth it? No, it's not. I mean, sure, all right, listen, there are things that you can do to outsmart this imposed impoverishment, all right? Such as hack your own shower head with a corkscrew to remove the flow stopper. Okay, yes, I've done it. So, but there's no fix in the toilet. All right, there's no fix in the toilet. My toilet, I have there's 2 buttons on the top. So you can't even flush. It's not a flush. It's not the thing with the handle. There's buttons on the top. Okay. The dishwasher, which now runs for hours, still leaves spots. I don't want to hear it. I don't care if you buy Cascade or this one or that one. Still leaves spots. The fridge breaks down every 5 years anyway. And you know it does, because mine does. Every 5 years I have to go buy a new fridge. In time, they want to now get rid of your ability to cook with fire, thus removing from our lives a crucial primate connection to our roots and innate desire to be around it. Ever sat by a bonfire on a chilly night with your favorite blanket, your whoopee, curled up on a lawn chair, roasting marshmallows, stare at the stars, have good conversation, meets your inner need? That's social networking. No one's going to stand around an induction stove. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. No. All right. The only technology these people approve of is thoroughly censored smartphones. Right in the face. What's going on? Swipe, swipe. What's going on? Swipe, swipe. Okay? They want everything to work like that. Centralized and feeding you nonstop garbage. The very notion that an electric stove is better than a gas one would be disputed by any competent chef in the world. Ask Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay. Okay? Ask any of them. I dare you. Instead of cultivating instincts based on what you see in the flames, you must trust some digital display to know the temperature, which is absurd. Okay, I can't prove it, but the heat itself seems different. Like the difference between incandescence and fluorescence. One seems real, the other is fake. But I have personally cooked on both. Electric, which I have, and gas, which my mom has. Okay. And I personally do not like gas stoves because I burn everything on a gas stove, but I'll go on. There are loads of dishes that require real fire, okay? All of which would be impossible to make otherwise. It's just fact. So, if you want to find some new tech, great, go for it. One of my neighbors, they just remodeled their kitchen. They're like, you got to come over, you got to see. Rah, rah, rah. I said, okay. Their stove and their oven is Wi-Fi. Swear. I said, why? He said, oh, isn't it great? I'm turning it off on their phone, and I'm like, yeah, what's going to happen when the grid goes down? But that's just me. Yeah. So, but don't pretend that you are, don't pretend that you're not really cooking. You are buying into the baloney. B-O-L-O-G-N-A, okay? Because I've met people who have used gas and electric who honestly choose electric, and that's me. Okay? But if they do it again, fine. I mean, don't force the choice on everyone else. It's not your choice to make. Don't tell me that that one over there can't have a gas stove. They must have electric. No. Not with you. I mean, regulators that say it's bad for our health tells you all you need to know about them. They want us living in a fully sanitized, boring, unworkable environment in which we never have contact with anything real ever again. Above all else, there are somehow out to demonize like fossil fuels, and as if electricity doesn't use coal anyway, whatever. And the trucks that transport it don't deliver it, don't use gas. They've even degraded the basic gas can, so it no longer works properly. I mean, should we also mention that gas itself, which now includes corn, which is sticky, wrecks engines, and causes the gas itself to degrade over time. But do you see what's happening here? I mean, I know I'm trying to make light of this situation and stuff like that, but do you see what's actually happening here? It's all deliberate. All the things that we love, that make life grand, that make life easy, are being taken away from us. The larger truth here, okay, is that this war on civilization has been going on for decades. History is supposed to move forward. We're supposed to be innovative. We're moving forward. We're being better. We're being great. Higher living standards. Look at us, yay! No. That progress has stopped. The trajectory must end right now. Decades of regulations need to be repealed. The whole population needs to rise up and say no. No to the forced rule by the elite, the techno. Stop it. Stop it. You don't pay my bills. You can't tell me how to live. Flip it. They have driven down the standard of living by force and are far from done with us yet. But there is some good news. From the GOP-controlled House, they're talking about abolishing the IRS. But listen, and maybe some income tax itself. But neither will happen, of course, because, such ideas were never in the public sphere in my lifetime. Anyway, so, yeah. All right, I'll see you later. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.